Hodgson, an operative from Biosyn. The deal is simple. Steal dinosaur embryos and walk away with $1.5 million. And so, Nedry excitedly accepts. About to apart. As the team arrives at Isla Nublar a few days later, begins in awe seeing a Brachiosaurus towering above trees and Parasaurolophus herd hiss unease. They watch as a Velociraptor hatches from its egg. It's rude that life finds a way. Nonetheless, Hammond persists with his tour, but it's rather underwhelming. No dinosaurs, just fences and empty paddocks. But eventually they discover a sick-sized As for the others, as a tropical storm begins to roll, they head back to the visitor center. All non-essential staff evacuate the island, leaving behind just a skeleton crew, Ray Arnold, and then there's Nedry, and that is when everything falls apart. Nedry shuts down the park's security systems in a bid to steal the embryos and make his escape. The power outage, however, frees the park's most terrifying resident, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. She devours the goat, breaks through the fence, all before snacking on Donald Gennaro. Meanwhile, Dr. Grant tries to protect the kids, whilst Ian Malcolm distracts Rexy, getting injured in the process. As the storm rages, Nedry crashes his jeep and is blinded by the Dilophosaurus' venom as he tries to car he killed Flea, an embryo buried. With his death, Jurassic Park is now a system in complete freefall. Ray Arnold attempts a hard reboot, but vanishes during the manual reset. When Ellie Sattler and Muldoon go looking, she finds his severed arm, and then the Raptors who sever said arm. Muldoon tries to track them, but they're already tracking him. One distracts him from the front, whilst the others flank him from the side, his last being Clever Girl. Ellie manages to restore power, but Tim is electrocuted whilst climbing over the fence, escaping the nearby Rexy. Now Dr. Grant is able to resuscitate him, which is when he, Tim, Lex, and Ellie regroup inside the visitor center. But they're not alone. The Raptors are already there. Lex and Tim are hunted through the kitchen, forced to outwit the predators. They trap one raptor in a freezer, but the other isn't too far behind. Thus, the survivors barricade themselves in the computer room. As the raptor begins breaking through the glass, Lex hacks into the system. The security it buys them time to escape to the ceiling above, but not safely, because that is when the Raptors corner the main hall. However, just as all seems lost, Rexy bursts in, reclaiming her title as the island's apex predator, killing both Velociraptors, including the big one, for letting out a victory. Meanwhile, the survivors regroup and escape. Grant tells Hammond that he will not enter the park, and Hammond, humbled by the carnage he creates, can't help but agree. Nonetheless, whilst Jurassic Park had speed of man would only grow stronger. Now deemed too dangerous to continue, Jurassic Park's deconstruction begins. As the crew dismantle what remains of Hammond's dream, dark secrets emerge from the island. Internal InGen reports reveal seismic activity beneath Isla Nublar. One embryo was destroyed and its contents lost to the ocean. Another sabotage, leaving no viable material behind, and so whatever future Park had was gone. Meanwhile, lawsuits came crashing in. The families of Gennaro and Ray Arnold sue InGen for millions. The company, now bleeding cash and credibility, teeters on the edge of. Thus, furious board members need a scapegoat, and they find one in John Hammond. He is stripped of his position and replaced by his ambitious, cold-blooded nephew, Peter Ludlow. Elsewhere, Hammond's legacy is thanks to the Reed Frog DNA, the dinosaurs continue to reproduce on their own, despite being female, and with the lysine contingency failing to stop them, the dinosaurs are now no longer just surviving, they are thriving. Thus, Dr. Ian Malcolm still recovers his injuries, tries to sound. In a bold interview, he defies his NDA and Isla Nublar doesn't. Under pressure from Peter Ludlow, media outlets discredit Malcolm, painting him as a disgraced attention. Even the Costa Rican government joins the country, eager to protect the country's image as a tropical paradise. Officials release statements research any evidence of cloned dinosaurs, all culminating in conspiracy theory. Then at Biosyn, the corporate arms race accelerates as Jeff Rossiter takes over, preparing his own genetic gold rush, and Dr. Henry, content with resurrecting the past, publishes a book and quietly shakes the scientific. It's called The Next Step in Evolution of Consciousness. In it, Wu outlines his ambition to create an entirely new species, designed not by nature, by man. Nonetheless, with Malcolm silenced and InGen's reputation miraculously intact, Ludlow began pushing for bold new vision, or should I say, old one, Jurassic Park, San Diego. But far from the boardrooms and capital investments, something dangerous. Between December 17th and January 1st, in the year, a British family sailing near the Costa Rican coast reading Site B. Their young daughter wonders. Attacked by a pack of Compsognathus. She survives, just barely. Within 48 hours, she's hospitalized and InGen quietly.
Hello, I'm back. Sige.